Hello friends, it's Allison Vanderslice and thank you for joining me in today's video. We're going to be making these adorable Easter egg hunt cards. I hope that you enjoy the process and that you get an opportunity to create these cards as well. Here are the pieces of paper that I used. The blue piece is 4 and 4 1/4 inches by 3.5 inches. The checkered piece is 4 and 4 1/4 inches by 3 inches. And the polka dotted piece is 4 1/4 inches by 2 inches. The other pattern pieces of paper that you see are the ones that we're going to cut the egg shapes out of. We're going to do various sizes. The green checkered piece that we have, we're going to actually cut ridges or hills and valleys into it, and that will actually double the amount of paper that we have for those. And then the polka dot piece, we are going to cut little slits about 1 inch down, creating those grass blade effects. These little strips here are the strips that come from the top of the scrapbook paper booklet where the hole is. I'm actually going to use these as inside decorations of our cards. This is just the paper pumpkin box that I had left over from March. I just put all of my stuff in there to carry it out to the living room instead of being in my office, just to be a little bit more comfortable as I cut through all of these papers. Here you can see all the eggs that I cut out. I don't even know how many that I did, but it was a lot of fun creating the different sizes. Here's the grass that I was talking about. The checkered pieces, again, we cut hills and valleys into and cut those in half. And then the green polka dots, you can see the little strips there, and you'll come back to those in a moment. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, so I'm going to go through with my little journal that I have to keep track of where I am in the card making process. And I'm going to just insert what I think I'm going to do on the card fronts. So I'm going to go in and I will just use a little bit of the tape runner and put down the blue. And I know that these cards are going to be portrait, so I'm doing everything going in portrait style. That's why everything was cut at 4 1/4. Now, without using any adhesive, I'm just going to go in and lay down the outline of how I think I want the card to look. So I'm going to put an egg down. I will use the grass blades. And then I'm going to stick the egg actually inside of it to make it look a little bit more realistic. I grabbed another egg. I grabbed the hill grass. I'll do another egg. I'll do the bladed grass. And so on and so forth, just fooling around, seeing what different patterns might work, what doesn't work. I am trying to use all different pattern eggs and not putting the same on, especially close to each other if I do decide to put more than 3 eggs on a card. Now that I like how the little layout looks, I'm actually going to go in with my tape runner and adhere the pieces down. And for this, since it's in my journal, I'm not going to put that much on. I don't want to waste my tape. I don't know if you can tell in the journal, but you will see in a moment when I start putting the card fronts on that my measuring isn't always the best. So some actually aren't cut at 4 1/4 inches. Some might be a little bit bigger, some might be a little bit smaller, but that's why we have scissors and paper trimmers, so we can cut that down in the end and nobody would have to know. And here's what the card might look like. For the card bases, I'm going to score at 4 1/4 inches and then cut at 5 1/2 inches. Use my bone folder and make those edges crisp. Here's a time lapse of me putting the card fronts together. Like I said, some of the edges might hang over or you might see a little white, but I'm going to go in with my trimmer and trim that down afterwards. Let me know what you think about the time lapse footage. This process was just really repetitive, so I thought it would be easier to do it with a time lapse. Here I'm making 2 other cards using the excess pieces that I had, like the blue sky and the little ridges that we cut out. For these, I just put the sky on, the little ridge, and then 3 eggs per card. And now it's time to add the Happy Easter greeting. All of them are just going to have it in this nice blue color from Stampin' Up! That we just got in the March paper pumpkin box. I thought I hit record, but apparently I didn't. So here I am just doing the last card with the strip that we talked about before, and then this one I put an egg on the inside since it didn't have too much on the outside. Here I'm just going to show you what the cards look like, the front and the inside. And then for the ones with the grass blades, I'm actually going to crinkle the blades a little bit just to give it more of a realistic touch. I really liked how these cards turned out. I thought they were super adorable, and I guess they could be a little bit interactive as well. Here's what all the cards look like in the end. I'm really excited about how they turned out, and I hope that you enjoyed the process as well. Feel free to try this out on your own, and it doesn't even have to be for Easter. You can just do blades of grass and flowers if you want to. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you like my content, feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.